Or Noble.
What phase is David Moyes in? Because he got the job 9 days after Arteta. Yeah, he hasn't had Alvin Martin or Tony Cottee wheeling out merch every 2 weeks, giving up PR every week.
Or Noble.
And he's made it to the exact same amount of finals in that time as Mikel Arteta.
Yep.
Weird, isn't it? What phase is he in?
Okay. Oh, mate. The amount of stick I'm going to get if they win that trophy, the amount of stick I'm going to get.
I hope they do win it. I told you.
What?
I hope they do win it. I told you.
What?
I hope they do win it. I told you.
Say it again.
I hope they do win it. I told you.
Say it again. I double dare you, motherfucker.
I hope they do win it. I hope they do win it. I told you. I hope they do win it. I told you weeks and weeks and weeks ago when you was out here, mate. I said they're winning it. They're winning it. And do you know why they're winning it? Yeah, because they're not going to do anything in the league. They're going to stay up. I knew they'd stay up anyway. At one point, it was looking a bit iffy, and then they got a draw against us, and the rest is history. And yeah, I just thought, you know what? They'll have a real good go at that, because if West Ham can get into the Europa League next season, that's quality for them.
So, guys, the clip that you heard there that I edited, as you can tell by my usual editing, is of Lee Gooner saying to Henry Wright TV about 11 months ago that he hopes that West Ham, a fellow London club, win a European trophy. So, let me get this right. Let me just get this in chronological order. Right. So, us Arteta outs, people like me, people like Lee Gooner, people like Northside, etc., right? We all will say to you Arteta inners, right? You know, you Arteta inners, Arteta could win, Arsenal could win nothing. Arteta could win nothing for us for the next few seasons, but you'd still be happy to keep him. We would be quick to say, look, it seems you man don't care about success. You don't care about winning trophies, because finishing second seems to be good enough for you, man. As long as we're putting pressure on and not winning anything, it don't matter about winning anything to you, man. We're quick to tell you, man, that, right? Which I'd say is a fair assessment. Now, we had Arteta inners that were in a position of, well, I want Spurs to win, because that means we might win the league title. If Spurs were to beat Man City, we've got a chance of winning the league. And then you've got Arteta outs, excluding me now, right? That are telling everybody else, how could you support Spurs as an Arsenal fan? Why would you even support Spurs like that? You're a fake fan. It's not what Arsenal do. It's not the proper way. That's not what we should be doing. You know what I mean? We're Arsenal fans. Okay, so it went from Arteta outs, said Arteta ins, don't really care about success, basically. But then when we were in a position where we relied on Spurs for our potential success, that crossed the line. So it seems that Arteta ins actually do want to win something, because we saw, I'm not an Arteta in, but I'm on the same page as everybody else. I wanted Spurs to win that game against Man City, because I knew that, look, if anyone was going to take points off City, it would have been Spurs over West Ham, and Spurs was the first game round, right? I knew that if City had dropped points in that game, it literally would have gone down to whoever wins. If Arsenal win, that's it, right? That's the position we wanted to be in, because we wanted to be in a position where we just need to win the league. Now Arteta outs, excluding me, are now like, you shouldn't want that title. You shouldn't want Spurs to win ever.
Stop the cap.
I thought you man wanted to win trophies. I thought you man, aren't we the ones saying 20 years without title? You know, it's not, you haven't had a successful season if you haven't won any trophies, blah, 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 right? And now when it comes down to it, the Arteta ins sound like they were right the whole time, right? The Arteta ins were the ones that were saying, oh, You guys are just doing this for content. You man just want to see Arsenal lose just so that you can get up your views on your YouTube channels. That seems to be proven right almost, because now the same ones that are talking about, oh, you should want Spurs to win, or you lot of this, you lot of that for wanting Spurs to win. Like, yeah, well, fans wanted to see Arsenal win the league. You know what I mean? So now these Arteta-ins can accuse you of not wanting Arsenal to really see success, because what did, and this is what I missed from my last video I did on Gooner, was I missed the part where, you know, he wanted West Ham to win that Europa Conference, right? And I'm gonna get onto videos he's potentially deleted, by the way.
What?
I'm gonna get onto that in a second, right? Now it was a case of we want a team to win because it's going to benefit us, potentially. Now Arsenal fans are doing it wrong. It's funny how it works, isn't it? It's almost come round. Everything that Arteta outs was saying about the Arteta ins, it's come back round full circle. Now the Arteta ins seem to want to win trophies more than what the Arteta outs do. Excluding me. Because I was an Arteta outer that actually wanted Spurs to win. I'm not in this camp of, you know, treating it like a religion.
Nope.
I saw it as it's a potential success for Arsenal. You know what I mean? Spurs aren't going to do anything. You know what I mean? If Spurs win that game, you know what I mean? It's not like Spurs, it's not like the titles between us and Spurs, is it? But that's how it's getting treated. But you'll be the same man. You'll see a small London club get to a cup final and you root for them because, oh, it'd be a nice day out for them and the fans.
You shut up!
Right. I think, I'm speculating right now, but I'm really sure that Lee Gunner has deleted footage from his channel, right, covering the West Ham Europa Conference of last season, right? The clip I've played in the beginning was from his stream that he did with Henry Wright before that Europa Conference final, right? But I find it funny how on his Lee Reacts channel, because I tried to look for it on his main channel as well, but, you know, he's covered the Sevilla, you know, when Sevilla lost won the Europa League last season. Obviously, Jose in the mud. I'm looking at the title of one of his videos, and then he's got videos on why are these clowns blaming Jose, Benzema leaves Real Madrid, Ange Postecoglou signs for Spurs, Spurs want Harry Maguire, Saudi are paying crazy money, right? Messi rejects Saudi for Miami. Why can't Neymar find a club? Why the Glazers haven't sold yet? Harry Maguire refuses to leave Man United. Inter Milan versus Man City in the Champions League final. The Europa Conference League was actually played in between that time of the Europa League final and the Champions League final. It was actually played on the 7th of June. That's when West Ham won the Europa League. I find it funny how there's no content on that game on his channel. I think I'm speculating he deleted it because there's no way Jose Enrique did Lee Gunner just choose not to cover the West Ham Europa League conference win because he was cussing Arteta for the fact that David Moyes has been there the same amount of time and got to the same amount of cup finals, right? Me and him agree West Ham had a better season than Arsenal because they won a trophy last season, despite where they finished, right? But on his Lee Reacts channel, he has nothing on the conference, but he's talking about the Europa League and the Champions League. A big cup final that West Ham was in. That's big news. You know what I mean? Don't you find that funny? Because if you go further down, after the Champions League, the Inter Milan, Man City, then a video about Ten Hag, Man City treble winners. So he's talking about Man City that are the winners. There's no content on him talking about West Ham being winners. Now, why do you think that is? I personally I'm speculating that because of all this supporting another London club, you know, with the whole Arsenal fans supporting Spurs, I personally think he's took down content on what he did on West Ham because I know he would have done videos on it. I remember there was a video I was watching of his, and I can't remember if it was on the Lee Reacts or if it was on his main channel or if it was on the Football Terrace. I remember him saying that he wants West Ham to win the Europa Conference because he's never seen, in his lifetime, he's never seen West Ham win a trophy. He's never seen it. And it'll be good to see West Ham, you know, see West Ham win the trophy. He'd be happy for the West Ham fans. So that to me is worse than Arsenal fans wanting Spurs to beat Man City so that we could potentially win a league title.
Yeah.
Don't you find that worse? Because there's no way Jose Enrique did I want West Ham to win that Europa Conference, and you can check my previous videos about that. I did not want West Ham to get their hands on it.
Nope.
Don't want another London club getting their hands on a trophy.
Oh, hell no.
You know what I mean? And I guarantee every single one of you that watch this video right now, you go to these Arteta Outs channels, Arteta Outers, go to their channels, right? You might find a video of them not minding West Ham win the Europa Conference because the whole boohoo story of, we haven't seen it for a long time. It'd be nice for him to win it. I bet you these are the same man that rooted for Fulham in the Europa League final in 2010, I think it was, right? You know what I mean? But they'll tell you that you can't ever want Spurs to win a game. So don't let these men do that, people. Don't let these men do that.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Don't let these men try and gaslight you into this whole, oh no, you should just never want Spurs to blah blah blah. No. These are the same man that root for a small London club in a cup final. Because, it'd be good for them. You know, the underdog kind of shit. I mean, guarantee you, each and every one of these that are cussing Arsenal fans that supported Spurs for the City game, guarantee you, majority of them didn't mind West Ham winning that Europa Conference. They didn't mind seeing it. They didn't mind them having 2-2 bit success. You know what I mean? I'm probably one of the only few Arsenal fans that take London rivalry more serious. I probably take it more serious than your biggest fan. Because I don't want any other London club to get success. I only want ours.
Yeah.
I only want Arsenal success. Right? If Brentford get into a League Cup final against Liverpool, I guarantee you these same man trying to cuss you because you wanted Spurs to beat Man City so we could possibly win the league, I guarantee you these men will be saying, oh yeah, it'd be good for Brentford to win it. You know what I mean? I don't want another London club to win anything. You know what I mean? We all have our, if it was Brentford against Man United, you know what I mean? We all have our little, it'd be funny if Brentford win. I hope Brentford win type of shit. But at the end of the day, that's another London club. So if anybody is going to try and tell man, you shouldn't be supporting Spurs because Arsenal rivalry, supporting Spurs for one game because of Arsenal rivalry, then tell these man, don't let me hear you say that you support any other London club when they're in a cup final then. You know what I mean? But I can't find that's the clip that you guys saw at the beginning. That's the only clip I've got of Lee Gunner. Any receipt I've got of Lee Gunner saying about he hopes West Ham win it. And that's off the back of him saying that because Henry Wright is a Spurs fan and Henry Wright's dad is a West Ham fan. So it's all to see Spurs in the mud. So what's better? I want West Ham to win a European trophy. Bear in mind, we're shocking in Europe. I want West Ham to win a European trophy so that my Spurs fan can suffer because his dad supports West Ham. Right? Or I want Spurs to beat Man City because if they beat Man City, then we go into the last game of the season a point ahead, and if we win the league. Something we've all been crying about that we haven't won for 20 years.
Crying to me and I'm not having it.
Funny, innit? They find it funny. So these men have essentially turned into Arteta-ins when it comes to their mentality. You know what I mean? You couldn't make this up. You could not make this up. But yeah, I think Lee Gunner's deleted footage from his channel. I think he has. I ain't gonna lie, I think he has. There's no way. Because with the channel, that Lee Reacts channel, he's trying to make that his main channel anyway. So why wouldn't he cover the West Ham? I mean, am I missing something? Why wouldn't he cover the West Ham conference? I know he covered it. It's just that I can't pinpoint 100% say, oh yeah, I watched blah blah blah, but he would have covered it. He didn't do it. There's no watch along on there, on this or the League Gunner channel. There's no watch along. You know what I mean? So, and for people that are gonna come and say, oh, why do you care what somebody else says? You'll be the same man that will tune into channels that are cussing AFTV. So get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Why do people care about what they say then? You know what I mean? It's content. Get over it. Sevilla trophy emoji. Jose in the mud. And it says Arsenal should, probably says take note. I'm already, as you can see the screenshot, that's all I can see. But he covered the Sevilla after Sevilla won. Then he's got about 6 videos. I got more than that. He's got about 8 videos before he covered Man City, AC Milan, Inter Milan. So you're telling me, again, he didn't cover West Ham at all. He didn't talk about the aftermath of them winning the Europa Conference. He didn't do a watch on or no nothing for that game. He didn't took nothing about that game. Nah.
Stop the cap.
I think he deleted it because he knew, or either somebody around him knew, that people could pick up on how he was essentially glad West Ham won a trophy, a European trophy at that. You know what I mean? So I'll conclude this video in saying him and other fans that wanted West Ham to win the Europa Conference, and the worse than all yous, including me, that wanted Spurs to win so that we could win the league. Funny, innit? You know what I mean? The people who want to keep Arteta are the main ones that were rooting for Spurs. AFTV, all them lot. They were the main ones, really. And that was wrong. But they were told they didn't want success if they wanted to keep Arteta, because they're happy with putting the pressure on finishing second or whatever. As long as we keep the pressure on, get Champions League football, that's good enough. Fast forward now, these same men who were told you just want Champions League football, you don't care about trophies, are the same ones that said, Spurs, please beat Man City so we can win the league. And then these Arteta outs now, that we've all been crying about, we haven't won trophies and we haven't won the league 20 years, blah, blah, blah. These same ones, excluding me, were then crying at them, saying, you can't do that as an Arsenal fan, you're not proper.
Stop the cap.
You know what I mean? So it proves the critics right when they say, you man just doing this for content, just to run on your channels, just for views. They're proving them right, because the Arteta ins accused them of not being real Arsenal fans, or you don't really care too much. You just you'd rather see Arsenal lose. Where I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen some of these content creators get clipped up when goals are going in and they're not celebrating or whatever, and people in the comments are saying, these men are good that Arsenal are winning. These men don't care. And then when you look at this now, what can they debunk it with? Because simply wanting Spurs to win was a bad thing. So what was the ideal scenario? Because West Ham aren't going to do anything.
Oh hell no!
You know what I mean? But let's hope they do. But you know what I mean? End of the day, anybody that's coming in front of the face of Man City, you should want them to beat Man City, because we want to win the league. You know what I mean? We need to understand where we are, right? In terms of, it shouldn't have got here, but we're here. So this is all we've got. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The links are in the description below. I needed to make this video because, yeah, I'm seeing. I've watched some videos on YouTube, of some back and forth between some Arteta ins and outs, and it's like, and over this whole Spurs thing, and it's like, you shouldn't support Spurs to win a game. Basically, you know what I mean? Like it's a sin. And it's like, well, they did it because it's in hopes that Spurs take points so that we could possibly win the league, which is something you've been crying about, which is something you've been wanting to happen. Don't you want it to happen? Anyways, catch you man in the next video, which will be the match reaction of Arsenal against Everton, where we either finish as champions or runners-up. Catch you then. Peace.
Or Noble.
What phase is David Moyes in? Because he got the job 9 days after Arteta. Yeah, he hasn't had Alvin Martin or Tony Cottee wheeling out merch every 2 weeks, giving up PR every week.
Or Noble.
And he's made it to the exact same amount of finals in that time as Mikel Arteta.
Yep.
Weird, isn't it? What phase is he in?
Okay.
Oh,
mate. The amount of stick I'm going to get if they win that trophy, the amount of stick I'm going to get.
I hope they do win it. I told you.
What?
I hope they do win it. I told you.
What?
I hope they do win it. I told you.
Say it again.
I hope they do win it. I told you.
Say it again. I double dare you, motherfucker.
I hope they do win it. I hope they do win it. I told you. I hope they do win it. I told you weeks and weeks and weeks ago when you was out here, mate. I said they're winning it. They're winning it. And do you know why they're winning it? Yeah, because they're not going to do anything in the league. They're going to stay up. I knew they'd stay up anyway. At one point, it was looking a bit iffy, and then they got a draw against us, and the rest is history. And yeah, I just thought, you know what? They'll have a real good go at that, because if West Ham can get into the Europa League next season, that's quality for them, isn't it?
You shut up!